Hello, guys. Welcome to Tea Time. This week, we are reading your stories all about your most annoying coworkers.
Boy, oh boy, and do you guys have some real annoying coworkers. Starting us off is a Canadian MAGA conspiracy theorist.
Yep. And then we read a story about a woman who has fully turned into a mermaid.
And last but not least, we've got a Pookie tootin' dishwasher. And we are joined today by very funny comedian Radu Bondar.
Yes. All right, you guys, enjoy the episode.
You were the brave one. You were the one. So we all ought to die someday. And we all ought to die someday. Well, you were the
Guys,
brave
what the hell?
one.
Welcome back to Tea Time. We got Radu Bondar today.
Honk.
Yeah. Oh! I know
Radu,
that's right.
go ahead and give us a little. Who are you?
Me? Big C criminal, little C comedian. I'm what's known as a traveling feature. It's a type of opener that brings you drugs.
Okay.
And so you're like, I'll fuck with that guy.
Oh, because you have a lot. You do weed.
I do weed.
You have a lot of weed on you.
Yeah, Mom, I do weed.
Yeah, you do weed.
I met you, I think, for the first time with Dave Attell, right?
yes.
Was that when we met?
We shook Attell's hand. It's a special club, like in Ocean's 11.
Yeah. Yeah, you were
Okay.
great. I hated that weekend.
Really? Why?
Because I had to fucking host, and I didn't know they sprung it on me.
That was very funny of you, where they're like, we got this girl to host, and then you're like, am I hosting? And they're like, well, yes.
Oh, they booked me. They booked me as
But-
his opener.
Yeah. But the clubs in LA and Southern California will do that sometimes. They're like, you're just opener, and then the headliner will figure it out. They'll be like, all right, first show you go first, and then next show you go first. Or just like there's a casualness about it.
Oh yeah.
But old school headliners are like, no. You're the MC, you're the fucking loser guy, and you're the guest. Whatever. Like
yeah,
there's a
I got it.
structure
That's
too.
I was the
It
loser
doesn't-
guy. I hated it.
It doesn't matter because he brings everyone back up at the end, and he's like, you do bumping mics with him, which is like improv with a net. You can't bomb; it's impossible because he's playing cleanup.
Untrue.
You could say anything you want, and then he'll go, way to fun it up, or like so.
Yeah.
It's just
He's
like,
so funny.
he'll bring out the horrible.
Had you met him before that?
Yeah, a few
Oh,
times.
okay.
But you noticed he couldn't pronounce my name. For years, I just never corrected him. And
What would he say?
That's good.
he called me Babu. He was like, "That's my friend, Babu." And I go, "Yeah."
You're like, yeah, he's like a brother to me.
And
You
then
kind of are Babu.
I kind of, and then it was
Yeah.
Louis. Louis was like, it's not funny. Like, you got angry one time. He's like, that's not his name. I was like, dude, that was funny that he.
Oh, Louis Katz coming in.
That's so fucking
strong guy coming in to save you.
He did the funniest thing to me where he was like, I was in New York for a couple of days, and Dave was like, I'll see you at the cellar. And so I go whenever I see him, and he's like, hey, you're not going to follow me around all night, are you? And I was like, I don't know anyone here.
That's so funny.
And so every corner we would go around, the first person he would see, he would pawn me off on them. And it was literally just Amy Schumer and Aziz Ansari. He's like, Amy, you know Bob.
Hey, take him around.
Just leave me with her for
Stop.
7 minutes.
Oh my God.
Oy.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
And I was like, could you introduce me to the manager? He's like, no, I don't want my spots taken away.
Oh.
He's like, I'm like, even you? What are you?
Damn.
He scares the shit out of me, dude.
I mean, he's scared of his own shadow. He's terrifying.
Intimidating.
If you don't sleep enough, everything's scary. And I don't think he sleeps ever.
That does make sense.
I think he lays in bed and growls. He makes it, he's like, ah.
That's so funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny to have a fraternity with wow, yeah, we're openers for a famous mentally ill guy. Like, that's it.
And that's kind of, I would say that's kind of how it is for every comedian.
Absolutely.
Everybody's just mentally ill opening for a more mentally ill person.
That's why I loved opening for Nikki Glazer for a while, because I was like, that's the only time I know I'm not working for a rapist. And if
Sorry.
she does do it, like, it's probably in a very funny way.
Doesn't that feel good?
You know, you're like,
Yeah.
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 That's how I felt working with Tim Dillon in the way that I was like, well, at least I know he's not going to try to fuck me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But he'll do it to somebody, to a guy,
Yeah.
to a young guy, but not me.
He's like, I'm not getting turned out.
Yeah.
And
You're
that,
like, I don't look like a twink, so I'm good.
yeah, and that was nice. I always felt safe with that. I was like, well, at least I'm not the target this time. Feels good.
That's what I felt like working with Piven. I was his first road opener, and no one knew any better at the time. We were like, oh, this famous actor's just doing stand-up.
Yeah.
He must love setup punch or whatever. You know what I mean? You're like, no, he's been ostracized for 48 credible allegations
Is he even doing stand-up anymore?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
he's
he is.
still selling out everywhere.
He is. He's still doing stand-up.
If anyone wants his phone number, it's $7. DM me. I've been trying to sell this bitch for years.
Hey, he
Nobody
was
wants it.
great
And no one's
on
biting.
Entourage.
Yeah, I think this is like shortly after Entourage, ? But I used to work at this juice bar and he came in and broke the tip jar.
What do you mean broke the tip? Like, he
slapped
dunked
it.
the tip in?
No, don't worry, he didn't tip. He slapped it off because I said
Even better.
I'm pretty sure
Oh
I've said it
my
on here
God.
before, but I had to be like, oh, coconut water, 50% off. And he goes, do I look like I don't have fucking money? And I was like, oh heavens, no, and I'm like violently high, so I'm like really like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's a tiny little juice bar, and he's like, yeah, I'm not fucking poor, and I'm like, okay.
He must have just gotten his hair plugs tightened when he said that.
Well, don't worry, he just did a hot yoga class, so I thought he would be more relaxed.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
made
no,
the
no.
same joke last time she told the story.
Did I
That's how
really?
good it is.
The way that we don't remember.
I don't
That's
remember.
how good it is.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Okay, so now we're just doing a monologue. I hope you like it.
By the way,
tightening it up.
Babu's from fucking Romania.
That's
right.
Interesting.
you remembered. A lot of people who know me my whole life, they're like, you're Armenian Turkish, right? I'm like, straight up Romanian.
Straight up
Yeah.
Romanian. How's it going over there right now?
It's funny. It's not funny.
Okay.
Dude,
And you
we-
know what? You could say
Interesting.
that about here too.
yeah. You could say that about like comedy. Well, we bitch about it a lot.
Yeah.
But like, it is funny that like the most talentless people are famous right now and making it like so that in 5 years there won't be any comedy. That is funny.
Name names.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to kind of like watch your
Name
dreams.
names.
Name
Yeah, I'm
names
just kidding. But tell
on
us
the
afterwards.
Patreon.
Oh, tell us afterwards. Should we get into fucking
No,
story?
we were talking about that on the Patreon already.
Yeah, we actually were.
Yeah.
I be chatting some shit.
Yeah,
chatting
we
some
know you'd be
shit.
talking some
I'll be
shit,
talking
sweetie.
some
We're
shit.
talking about Riyadh. People's thoughts on it.
Riyadh. It's you know what the sad part is?
What?
What, sweetie? Speak on it.
They didn't need to buy all those fucking famous artists with, credibility and integrity or whatever. They should have paid us.
Absolutely.
And I would go out there and be like, what's up, Saudi? My name is Mark Maron. And they'd be like, yes, it is. They wouldn't know the difference. And then you could come out and be like, I'm Whitney Cummings. They're like, that's Chris D'Elia's mom. Oh my God. Because there's no way a country that doesn't have instrument music gets the Bad Friends podcast. And they
Yeah.
can tell the
So
difference.
And I know that's right.
true.
You could slather a bunch of blackface on me. I'd come out, do a little bit of the Chris Tucker voice. And they're like, rush hour. All those cab drivers would be applauding.
That's true. Yeah, they really fucked
You gotta
up.
pitch this.
The only two comics I think that are allowed, maybe three, that are allowed to go are the Muslim ones. Like I think Ali Sadiq and Mo Amer, it's fine. Because
Yeah.
they have to go to Mecca and Medina once in their life anyway.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
Okay.
I'll say Pete Davidson too.
I don't understand that one at all.
No, that
Going-
one-
I'll
that
say
was
he can
kind
go
of-
back as like he can go as retribution.
I
So you
get,
guys got
that's reparation money you're
reparation,
saying.
right? Yeah.
But they should just send
To
you
me,
that.
it's kind of more like a cuck.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
not
like,
really
this is a
that.
death
It
cuck,
seems-
if
it
you will.
seems- Yeah, it seems more like he's getting cuckolded by.
Yeah.
Guess
the
I'm
people that-
outnumbered.
by
Yeah.
Prince bin Salman or whatever his name is.
Yeah. But yeah.
That would be funny if he's like, honestly, when we were doing 9/11, we didn't expect to kill Pete Davidson's father, but it is like very nice bonus.
Oh, God.
SNL favorite show.
Oh, bring him
I'm
in.
fucking dead. Wait, really quick before we get into stories,
Yeah.
do you have anything specific that you want to promote?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be at the mic drop thank you. Mic drop in San Diego, November 13th, I believe. It's a Thursday. Hot day to go out.
Gold Room.
The Gold Room, yeah.
Hey, the glimmering gold room. I know that's right.
As opposed to the Nightmare Room or whatever.
I
Okay.
haven't done their new one. So
It's incredible. The mic drop is like all their locations are incredible. They have a beautiful business plan where they wait for someone's comedy club to fail, and they're like, "We'll do this better, honey. I
Yeah.
promise. Like, I'll show you how
Not a
it's
bad
done."
idea.
And you're like, "That's how you're supposed to do." Because we all know a comedy scam. Like whatever you're thinking in your head, there's, you know what I mean. Like we all know one that's about to fail, and you're like, you could turn this into a profitable business with two different decisions than what
Good
you're
for
making.
them.
So yeah, it's a nice little spot. I like that comedy clubs name their rooms after horrific things now.
Like what?
Like at the mothership, they're named after the atom bombs that were dropped on the Japanese.
Is that right?
Yeah. I think at the store, the rooms should be named for all the different historic rapes that have happened there.
I like that. Well, and the belly room was like the abortion room because they used to, I guess,
Yeah.
allegedly
Oh
perform
my God.
abortions.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Comedy
Yeah.
history is beautiful.
it really
Yeah.
is, dude. It's bright and light history.
I am actually upset. It's the one thing Attell hates about. He's like, you're always asking these questions about the old times, and I'm like, it's not because I care. I'm like obsessed with a comedy union.
Okay.
The concept of it. You were the last
we have nothing.
entertainers. Strippers have unions. Producers have unions.
Yeah.
Gaffers.
We have nothing.
We have not. We had two unions. Did you know that?
No.
No.
1979 here in LA.
The history of
autism?
fucking yeah.
Is it that
No, do you?
2003 in New York was the other one. Ted
Okay.
Alexandro was and that was like an illegal union. But I asked Attell about that one specifically.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you think of comedy unions? He's like, I don't like the idea that guys can start stand-up and they're making money and they can call themselves a comic just like me. Like, he starts going anti-union, like, incredibly for 2 minutes. And he lights a cigarette. And I was like, weren't you a member of a comedy union in 2003? And he goes, well, I ain't no scab. I was like, what the fuck? It kind of shows the
We'll
paradox.
never get one. We'll never actually
I
get
feel like we
functioning
all
one.
feel that way. And then the circumstances under which we got the last two were so crazy that you're like, I think we could do it. Because the pandemic proved that we could all step away from stand-up and we won't turn into whatever we think we're going to turn into.
Well, we did turn into cockroaches, babe.
That's true. We
That
turned
is
into
true.
Zoom people
We
and
did.
podcasts.
Which is even worse than a
so
roach.
low.
That
was so low.
You thought that this career couldn't get any more pathetic. And
Yeah.
then we said, no, let's hop on a Zoom show.
I found myself
God.
saying, no, I do the good Zoom shows. Like, I
A
found
good Zoom shows is crazy. Remember when it
Yeah.
started getting like that? You were like, I haven't been asked to do the good Zoom one yet.
I felt really, because I was only doing the good ones, like where you had 80 audience members mic'd up. So you could hear laughter, but it was
horrible, isn't
delayed
it?
by like 4 or 5 seconds.
It's so fucked.
And sometimes, like, the loudest laugher would, like, feed their parrot right by their microphone or whatever. So, like,
Oh my
it's like an
God.
LA outdoor show. You know, when the helicopter comes, you're like, I
Yeah.
can deal with any level of racist heckling. But once the helicopter's there, what do you do?
What do you do?
Once it's from LAPD, then you go, okay.
Yeah. You're like, thank you, brothers.
Yeah. Man, that was a dark. Honestly, though, I wouldn't be mad at another one. I wouldn't be mad at having to have everything locked up again. And I wouldn't be mad if we got rid of social media. If they tomorrow were like, we're getting rid of social media
Well,
for
that is
everyone.
coming, so don't worry about
That's
that.
coming, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it is
can't
coming.
wait. That'll be the
But
best.
then
day
you're
of my
going to get a
life.
government-approved social media. You can only post on Truth Social.
Yeah.
What do they call reels on Truth? Little Truths?
That's a good question.
They all have short-form content now. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
You can't even ban TikTok. My dad's like, what if they ban TikTok? I'm like, you watch this shit on YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all our
or
parents,
on Facebook, you know. Yeah.
all our parents are watching the short-form stuff or whatever, but they don't have the tolerance that we have.
No, they don't, dude.
We came up, you know what I mean, watching brain rot. My brain's like a homeless guy's foot. You could shoot heroin straight into it.
Absolutely.
But my dad is cooked, dude. 2 years
Yeah.
into this, he's just like, Gavin Newsom is a bad man. I'm like, you live in Texas, shut up.
Are they in Texas?
Yeah, my parents, I grew
Yeah.
up in Texas.
That sucks.
Born in Romania, grew up in Texas.
Where Texas?
Houston,
When did you move to Texas?
1997.
Okay.
Year of the dog. No, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
That'd be funny to know all the Chinese years.
I feel like you would. I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
if you did.
It would be funny to know never mind, actually. I can't go that racist. Year of
Okay.
specific Chinese slurs.
Oh,
No,
my
no.
God.
You can.
It's the year of the Uyghur.
No.
It's Eminem's a Uyghur. You can say it. We know Matt Rife, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Youngstown,
my God.
Ohio.
Yeah. Hey, friend of the pod, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh. Hey guys, this week we are brought to you by Mint Mobile.
It's time to stop overspending on a bad wireless company. Mint Mobile is the best.
You get premium wireless for just $15 a month, so you can spend your hard-earned money on other things.
Wow, that's nice. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered to you on the nation's largest 5G network. You're keeping the quality you know and love, but seriously lowering the price tag.
And I know that's right. And let me tell you something. Using Mint Mobile, it lets you spend your money on so many other things. Botox, more Botox,
God,
lip
We
injections.
need a lot of Botox, tightening the hair extensions,
Yes.
tattoos. I'm saving so much freaking money.
Yeah.
What the heck? I'm saving
Okay.
so much money.
Call me Scrooge McDuck because I have so much money. And guess what? I don't think that's his name, but you can call me that.
What?
Anyway, so say no to all those crazy prices out there and say yes to Mint.
Mm-hmm. Keep your same phone and your same number and all of your contacts for an easy swap.
Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/honk.
That's mintmobile.com/honk.
Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer on the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Tax and fees are extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Wait, okay, so today we're doing the
Coworker story, like
Bad
annoying,
coworkers.
Annoying coworker.
I know.
most annoying
I
coworkers.
already talked pivot, and that was my.
Do you know how it works? We read stories from anonymous listeners, submit stories.
Sometimes are they always anonymous?
Yeah,
Well, we
unless-
keep them anonymous,
Yeah,
but
okay, okay.
There's this one person whose name that we did air out, but don't have a name like that, and then we won't air it out.
Yeah.
We've got a
and-
couple.
Yeah, and also
Fingertips.
don't
Such
say
a-
the things that you were saying.
Mr. Joe Ken.
Yeah.
And Finger
Joe
Do.
Ken
And
was coming
Finger
for
Do.
us.
And a woman with the last name of Finger Do.
That is crazy. Yeah, you could pick one. You could have freaky behavior or a freaky ass name, but
Yeah.
not both.
You can't
Yeah,
both.
no.
Okay, we've got Jesus-loving, openly racist coworker. That sounds like Babu over
That's
there.
right up my alley.
Do you...
Those are both of my countries.
Yeah. Who wants to start? Who wants to kick it off? You want to kick? You want me to
Yeah,
kick?
I can kick it off.
Openly racist coworker. Lee. Lee's our openly racist coworker.
No shitting on me. It's Yom Kippur today.
Oh, you're right.
High holiday.
Damn.
Wow.
You're right.
That's right.
Well, then we already fucked up on Patreon. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Honks
Yeah.
and Skinny Lee. Last year, I had a Trump-obsessed anti-immigrant coworker named Emily, and we're both Canadian. She,
Why are you like obsessed with Trump? Why? You don't even live here.
Babu's already laughing. She could not read the room and didn't pick up on how much I hated her. So she'd tell me whatever came to mind, and I'd go home after every shift and force my roommates to debrief with me.
It's giving autism.
She grew up going to one of those mega churches and is super religious to this day. My first clue that she had a screw loose was the day that she was telling me about a date she had with a guy from Tinder and how she asked God to give her a sign if he's the one.
Oh.
She said she prayed to God. You know what it's giving? It's giving Nicki Minaj on Twitter.
Yeah, it is.
She prayed
Call back to the Patreon.
She prayed God would show her an owl if Alex was the one for her. And then she opened up Facebook and there was a picture of an owl. So she knew it was from God.
Low key, I've done this before.
Okay.
Once you see Moloch, you know it's the one.
Dude, I've done this before. When I was like in major heartbreak, I was like, give me a sign.
Please, God.
Yeah. Make sure a white car drives by.
Yeah.
Like the most. Make sure there's a cloud in the sky. when
Okay,
I
if
go
there's
outside.
clouds in the sky, he's going to call me. Okay.
Yeah.
One day she was going off about how Justin Trudeau controls North American media, and that's why it's so unfavorable towards Trump, because Trudeau's trying to make himself look better.
Hey, Trudeau.
And okay, oops. And don't clock my tea. Controlled media is the reason journalists were reporting on the Trump shooting, saying that the shooter missed instead of reporting that the shooter tried to take a human being's life. During another shift, she was talking about how Trump. Okay, it's giving
Yeah,
obsessed.
well, it wasn't real. Nobody tried to shoot Trump, so.
It was actually legally considered flirting. Okay, during another shift, she was talking about how Trump was a great president. Okay, she's being a pick-me. And he's a good person because all he's trying to do is protect local Americans from illegal immigrants and blamed immigrant populations in Canada for violent crimes. She also told me she's pissed she can't go into a Tim Hortons without every employee being brown.
What's a Tim Hortons?
Tim Hortons is like a shitty Starbucks.
Or like I thought it was
kinda-
like a Cracker Barrel.
It's like, imagine like Starbucks and Cracker Barrel had a baby because it has a drive-through and people go like to Timmy H's, they get a quick coffee
Okay,
or whatever.
Timmy H.
But you also go and like eat the donuts and like, nod out in there or whatever.
Not out.
So we don't know about that. And okay, so she's mad that she can't go into a Timmy H without every employee being brown. Aw. And she fully believes her doctor dropped all of his Canadian-born patients in order to take on Filipino immigrants that live in her community.
This girl is on one.
Okay, she has her finger.
Where did she work? Where'd you say she worked?
She didn't.
Okay.
So
I just love finding out they have mega churches in Canada too.
I know.
I know, it's
You're
cool.
like, I thought that was a local scam that we
I
were
know.
like, that would never work in Italy. or
Right,
something.
yeah.
Oh my God. Did you ever go to one in Texas?
Absolutely, yeah.
Where
Yeah.
were you raised?
I was raised Orthodox Christian.
Wow.
Not really super religiously. Actually, I was the most religious person in my family. My parents sent me to like go be an altar boy. Our
You
priests also get
weirdo.
married, so you can't get molested in that faith as much.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, as much. As
They
much,
still
yeah.
do it because they do love the game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, my parents, like every time I would ask them a question about religion, they had the worst answer. I was like, Mom, how did God become God? And she was like, oh, he's just the first guy to die. And I was like, that's a terrible answer. But then it made me
Yeah.
jealous that I wasn't the first guy to die. I was like, I could have been God if I just died faster.
That's
Damn,
so
that's
funny.
so, dude. You should have.
But mega church, the one I went to a lot, that Joel Osteen is famously that's the Rockets.
Really?
former
You went to
arena.
the Joel Osteen church?
Literally
Okay, brag.
just to like watch, to be like, the same way you would go to a fish show to be like, this is fucked up, right? Like this is wrong and against God, and we should see what kind of
don't
people
say that
are
around
here.
Lee. He loves fish.
I
Yeah.
saw him. I clocked him at Fish. I went to 2 of the. How many days do you go? 3?
Yeah.
I only could go. I had a great spot on Saturday, and I was like, I'm sick, and the guy was
No.
like, just come do it. I was like, no, I want to go see.
No
Fish.
fair weather fan.
It's a bad obsession. Don't get into it.
I won't.
It's
I'm
a
safe.
disease. It's
I'm
how you get
safe.
skin herpes.
I'll see if I can resist.
Yeah.
The most fun ever.
Wait, okay. He loves
Okay, don't
like,
start talking that voice. Okay.
I know.
I don't like it when you get meek. Okay.
He doesn't like when you insult.
On Yom Kippur,
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
On Yom
They can
Kippur.
repent, dog.
Shabbat
They can do
shalom.
anything today and then just be like, it's based.
Nah, these goyim heathens.
Oh,
Wow.
Look at this face. Say that again.
okay.
Boy,
He is
vague,
making
huh?
something up. Okay.
I'll show you my DNA test.
Oh, for context.
Ashkenazi?
They didn't. I took one so far back. It just says from Jewish lands. There was
Really?
before they separated Sephardic, Ashkenazi, whatever.
Did
'Cause
you do 23andMe?
No, it was something in Europe. It was like it wasn't really supposed to be a DNA test. It was a genetics-based test for whatever, disease shit.
Okay.
And they're like, we
Really?
could also kind of tell you some cool stuff. I was
From
like,
Jewish land.
well, don't tell my parents because they're anti-Semitic. So that's gonna be like a nice little gift when they,
Yeah.
I remember you told me that, and you're like, I have to wait until my grandma dies to tell my parents that were.
Yeah, because I was like
Jews.
trying to soft launch it with her one time. I was like, Romania has this anti-Semitic history. We teamed up with Hitler and all this stuff.
Ah!
And my
Okay.
grandma was like, no, we didn't. We weren't anti-Semitic. It's just that Jews can't be trusted. And so she's just like calmly like explaining this.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
On
I'm like,
Yom
all right, well,
Kippur.
You're like, that's how we did it in the motherland. And you're like, okay. And
you are very old.
Oh, they just can't be trusted.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, you were alive during the Holocaust. What are you saying right now?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you have a joke about this in your stand-up?
Nah, all my jokes. Because stand-up, you have to talk about like just like being mean to women or being racist. You can't have anything serious in there or like real about, that's how you scare away the club audiences.
Yeah, that's true.
You could do it in your little alt world, I guess. But
Yeah.
And I know
I
that's
guess
right.
not at the mic drop gold room.
if you want to
Yeah.
hack it up with the big boys, you
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You gotta
You
get
can't
that
talk
woman
about the
hating shit out.
anti-Semitic grandma.
I do kind of hate stand-up, but I'm like at that
I hate it.
phase of like,
Yeah.
I think all the funniest people and the being funny and whatever is like transitioning out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jeff Dyes of the world are just left in it. You know what I mean? Where you're like, yeah, it's a
Friend of the pod.
friend of the pod.
That's so true.
Yeah.
How many years in are you?
This will be 13
Okay.
in November.
I'm at 10. It's really
It's
getting.
almost done.
It's getting hard.
2 more, and we legally have to quit if we can't sell tickets in Iowa.
Yeah, honestly, it's
What about
getting
you,
there.
Harp?
I'm 8 in. And
Damn. You seem like you're more in because of talent and bitterness. You know what I mean? Like the ratio is.
Yeah.
I made
No.
that mistake with Kat Bird. We used to be like at the mics all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're kind of the same age. She seems like a little pissed. I'm like, I bet she's been doing this for 10 years, watching homeless people
2.
go up or whatever. She's like, no, just a year or 2. I'm like, you got bitter fast.
No, well, that's because Cat
It
Bird
wears
fucking
on your
does 15 mics a day.
I know.
Yeah.
That will age you worse than cigarettes.
Yeah, it will.
Absolutely.
Just
I know.
listening to other people's open mic comedy.
No,
That's the
This career's harrowing.
Hardest working gal. So funny.
so
but
hard work. It's so funny.
That soul's gonna turn to ash.
Oh yeah.
Real
That might
quick.
be. I think if you do that fast enough, that's the key to success. Because the more
100%.
soul you have as you're getting famous, the more conflict you have about doing the Saudi festival or being a yogurt sponsor
Right.
or whatever,
That's
right?
so
Like,
Yeah.
true.
my moral obligations get in the way of my manager's bottom
One
line.
of the comics dropped out of it.
A few comics. Tim Dillon dropped out.
Well, he
Well,
got
he got asked to
kicked
leave,
out.
babes.
He
he
got
got
asked to
fired.
leave for making slave jokes.
Yeah, he got fired. Who was it
And
willingly?
Nimesh left willingly.
Nimesh,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, Nimesh.
And then he made a video saying that he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna drop out, but I'm just gonna have to do an extra 30 to 40 road dates that I wasn't going to do. And then all these people that aren't comics started making videos off of that. I started getting it on my TikTok,
Dude.
and they were just like, oh, so okay, like, do you know how many working comics would love to be able to do 30 to 40 shows? Like, don't complain. And I was
Holy
like, I love
fuck,
that. Like,
shut up.
You can't
Okay.
win either way.
no, you can't. Well, you can't win either way. But I just thought it was so funny that like everyone's weighing in. It's like such like a hot discourse.
I know. Some of my friends right now are like, guys, nobody knows what the Riyadh Comedy Festival is. I can't believe you're talking about it. I'm like, every post about it has 30,000 likes and comments and whatever. Like, it's not Skanksfest. It's
Yeah.
a fucking international phenomenon
Yeah.
Yeah.
that ambassadors are waiting.
Yeah.
It definitely took a few weeks to hit public knowledge.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows what it is.
But I think
now.
all the publicists understood. They're like, during the festival is when it's gonna
Yeah,
pop
and
off.
comics
Yeah.
had been talking about it for months.
Shane Gillis, I know he turned it down. But
Shane turned it down. Stavros.
Star Wars turned it down. Makes
and
sense.
Quite
Attell.
a few people, yeah.
Attell did.
And I think there was a few others that turned it down as well. But we were saying on Patreon,
Atsuko, yeah.
not to be,
Oh, yeah.
she was publishing the
The contract,
emails.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
She's like,
Right, I
here's
feel
what
like
they asked for all your freedom of speech loving comedy fans.
Yeah,
all
they
your
had-
heroes are willing to spread it wide open for the Saudis.
Oh, yeah, no, she did. And then she posted the
Whoa.
list of all of the requirements that you had to adhere to.
Yeah.
What could you not do?
Well, you know who's not there?
Hit me.
Pretty much any of the Austin comedy scene is
Oh,
not
that's
there.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, the free
that is a
thinkers.
whole.
Why is that? Wait, why? What's
Because
the?
they're not fucking funny.
No.
Okay, I need to stop screaming into the mic. I'm really
Honestly,
sorry. I'm sorry.
I think they've been on the conspiracy tip for so long. You know what I mean? Like they've been saying anti-Saudi stuff. Some of them, I don't think were even invited to begin with.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Of course not, honey.
Because of-
Rogan, Tony, like you'd think that they are at that level.
I wonder if
and
Theo
they-
was.
and they definitely weren't.
I think Theo was going to be invited, and then he did the Qatar gig opening for Trump. And did you see any of his jokes? It was
No.
actually really
Wait,
funny.
what?
Theo, very funny guy, pretty bad at stand-up. That's my take. I think he's like atrocious at it. I think he needs a coach, and I'll do it for $50. But every time I see him live,
Actually,
I'm like,
can you coach me?
I know, literally,
course,
I'll pay
for free.
you.
Need
to
that.
coach
every
me.
time I see him, I'm like, he does always have a joke I want to steal. Like he does write good jokes. It's just like the whole act is sloppy and shitty and whatever. But he did a joke about when he was opening for Trump in Qatar. He was like, y'all, so where's the next 9/11 going to be? Like, can y'all tell us ahead of time? Whatever. And I'm like, that is very funny.
That's really funny.
It's really
and they were
funny.
probably like, thank you and goodbye. No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
Many
that.
thanks.
no
but
Abu Dhabi
thanks.
for you.
No, Abu Dhabi for you. Okay.
You got a wife?
Hell yeah. I'm wifed up.
Yeah.
As a gay man, gotta have a wife.
Yeah, because I knew that you're gay, but I
Gotta
still
have
got a
a
wife.
wife.
Okay.
There was
Yeah.
a guy that hit on me the other day, but they do it in a very modern way. They're like, "Oh, are you straight or bi?" And I was like, "I have a wife, so
Straight or bi?
I have a wife, so fully gay."
Fully gay.
Yeah,
All right, we're going to get back into the immigrants of it all.
we
Okay.
have to.
I know, sweetie. Okay, tap in. Okay. For context, a few years ago, a lot of doctors dropped patients who rarely made appointments in order to take on patients with chronic needs or those who required more urgent medical care. But I guess she was too busy watching MAGA TV to get that memo.
Mhm.
I realized she was completely bonkers when the immigrant conversation veered into her going off about how happens all the time over there. Over where, Emily? It prompted her to tell me a story about a really hard time she went through in high school because she found out her uncle had been molesting her cousin. It's giving jealous. Oh.
Yeah. It is giving jealous.
I know, that's right, sis. Specifically said an Arabic guy would say the nastiest stuff about husbands.
An Arabic guy.
That's in quotes. Would say the quote,
the
nastiest
language.
stuff, end quote. About husbands owning their wives and how the wife should have sex with him even... Okay, they say that in Alabama, babe, so wake it up.
They
Okay.
literally say that in Mormonism. Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about in Utah?
First of all, I just think that like incest, that's white culture.
it is white culture.
That's our
thank you.
mole. You know, it's disgusting to other people, but
Yeah.
we love it.
They,
Like,
they do be doing it a little bit, you know, in
Yeah.
Islam,
how
but
else you keep the bloodline pure, dog?
Oh,
look at the kings and queens.
Yeah. What about a guy who's pro incest because he's anti-race mixing? There's only one way to know for sure.
so you guys head on down to the mic drop. And you're,
November 12th to see Babu Bondar.
yeah.
I should go under a more foreign name so I could be more racist. Less cancelable. What do you mean? Prince Babu? You have to let him say that. And he gay? You know how hard it is
And he gay.
to be gay Saudi royalty?
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
Impossible, really.
Okay. I can't. And that's on a podcast full of retards. Okay. About husbands owning their wives and how the wife should have sex with him even when she doesn't want to or even if she's asleep.
Do you agree with that,
Okay.
Radu?
Who's the comic? Is it Laura Peak? Who has that bit about she was like, I don't give a fuck if my husband wants to have sex when I'm asleep. Just don't fucking wake me up.
That's funny. Yeah, I think it is her.
Yeah,
That's
so
funny.
I've heard of a few couples that have that arrangement.
Yeah.
And
So
my friend
crazy.
Grady Pruitt has the funniest joke of all time about it, where he started dating a girl and like a few months in, she was like, yeah, you can just have sex with me when I'm asleep. And he's like, yeah, I'm a comedian. It's not the 90s anymore. You can't do that kind of stuff. It'll get in the newspaper. Like
Yeah.
Vulture will write something about me if I do that.
That's
Yeah,
so
that's-
fucking haunted to say. Yeah.
I don't understand. One, the women being like, yeah, of course. And then two, the guys who are like, I love having sex with a sleep person. And you're like, it gives me all the feedback I like and all the like, what
But also,
the
like,
fuck?
you're gonna wake up. You're not gonna be fucking asleep the whole damn. Like, I don't understand. Unless,
Peekaboo. It's the worst version of that.
it's crazy. Okay,
I don't understand for either side.
I don't either. Everybody's fucked up. I'll tell you that.
All right, I'm horny. All right, she literally cannot see past her racism to understand she was mad at a brown kid for talking about assault when her cracker uncle was literally doing the assaulting. She also said he didn't learn his lesson until he had the shit beat out of him for sleeping with another dude's girlfriend.
What?
How is the Arabic kid the villain of the story when a white woman cheated on
He's
her
not
white?
an Arabic kid. Arabic is a language.
I know. So we all kind of need to really sit down and learn a few things.
How is an Arabic kid? He's Arab.
You ever seen real racists? Like when they talk about Mexican people, they're like, the Spanish are causing all the problems. You're like, what?
Okay, no,
Spain?
never have heard that.
You don't hang out with real Nazis then. Let me take you down to Texas. I'll introduce you to my family.
They say the Spanish?
Yeah, they're like, the problem here is all the Spanish. And I'm like, you like from Spain? What are you
you mean the
talking about? Yeah.
Europeans?
They're like, no, Brazilians and Mexicans. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like you and I heard similar things. I grew up mostly in Charlotte, North Carolina. So the things they would spew there, you go, uh-oh.
Well, it's like, it's funny that we're mad at racists for being ignorant of how to be racist correctly.
It's so
We're
funny.
Like,
That's so funny.
Clocked.
Literally.
Has been clocked.
Literally. Like, yeah. That's so funny.
I blocked her on Instagram after she was spreading misinformation saying hormonal birth control gave her MS. Uh-oh, that's not what happened, sweet girl. And shout out to my mom for having that, and encouraging, MS, not birth control, encouraging other women to raw dog it, which is probably the least off the rails opinion of hers.
These people are brain dead.
I know. She was also posting a lot of both sides bullshit in regard to Palestine/Pisreal, which she clearly has no knowledge about. And I guess her mega church forgot to teach her Jesus was a Palestinian. From what I last
They
heard,
did conveniently forget that.
From what I last heard, she's taking the homesteading, clean eating pipeline to the far right and living with Alex, the guy God sent her, along with her brother and sister-in-law. Okay, it's giving orgy on a small farm property where they're planning to homeschool their kids. Good.
They're always the homeschoolers. These people are always the homeschoolers.
If God is really good, he'll make sure that MS causes infertility. She ended up quitting after a few months, saying it was unfair to make her work until 7 p.m. on Sundays because she's quote unquote too old to work that late. Miss Thing is literally 26. LMAO. Anyway.
It's too young to be that fucking retarded.
Anyway, I know. It gets them younger and younger these days. Anyway, I hope she stays the hell away from me for the rest of time. She is truly an uneducated fuck cut from the cloth of the devil. Sorry, this was more of a rant than an actual work story. And sorry for the run-on sentences. Love you, beautiful honks and handsomely. Oh, P.S. Last week I clogged the toilet and was so embarrassed. I turned on tea time to comfort myself. And the first thing y'all talk about is Gabby clogging the toilet.
And now that's a sign from God.
Okay.
That's
Why were you
11-11
like
right
embarrassed
there.
in your own home?
That's
Also-
how big of a shit.
I also
No,
like the
it's
fact
a
I
lot.
like that you were like so embarrassed that you clogged the toilet that the way that it sounds that you just left the shit in there and you're like, I guess I'll listen to tea time. Meanwhile,
Well,
your
that's low-key
toilet
what
is
you
just,
were about to do with this, so I don't know why you're throwing stones.
No, but it's funny that she clogs
Not
the
to clock
toilet
your
and she
tea,
just
but-
leaves it in there and then she's like, I'm so embarrassed right now. The only thing that can help me is tea time. And the turd is just hanging
Still
out in the
chilling.
toilet. It's
Girl,
so funny.
if we hadn't been on the phone when you were doot-dooting, you were about to just leave and just let it
Yeah, but I'm
marinate.
not ashamed. I like
Well-
that her thing was that I'm ashamed, so I have to turn on tea time. I was just like, I don't know how to unclog a toilet. I don't know. I don't have like
You
the
clog it all
time.
the time. You know how to unclog it.
I'm not super confident in my unclogging skills. Sometimes it doesn't work, and so we're rushing to do the
I talked her
podcast.
through it though, Radu. I talked that baby through it,
You
so don't worry
were-
about
You
that.
gotta hump that
rushing
plunger,
out.
dude. It's a pain.
Hi, honks. Anon, please. Here's my worst coworker story. I worked in a community behavioral health center that offered a lot of programs as well as therapy and psychiatry. I transitioned into a new program, as did Mermaid, my new coworker. This is a bad sign.
No.
A woman in her, is this in Portland? A woman in her mid-40s that has people address her as Mermaid at work.
Hey, no.
Colorful mermaid hair to match.
We
No.
gotta have that.
Okay, Mer.
Literally,
Okay. Yeah,
literally
Big Mer.
wore fish scale outfits every day. But under this bright, happy mermaid persona was a fucking bitch. Can't say I'm surprised.
That's kind of how it goes, though,
Yeah.
right?
I'm talking mean, evil bitch.
Well, a lot of the Disney adults that are always wearing like Mickey ears and
Horrible.
like, you know, Mickey and Minnie making out or whatever, like they're the heinous,
Hey, horrible.
diabolical even.
Yeah. Yeah, white nationalists.
Yeah.
A sad woman who needs constant validation and attention. Well, this makes sense
Me?
as she's wearing, as she calls herself mermaid and is wearing fish scales every day. I should have known right off the rip this wasn't going to be a good fit. She talked shit about coworkers. She would tell my supervisor things I said about work without my permission. She always had to be right. Everything I said was always wrong to her. If someone came into our office to ask a question, you can't go into the office dressed like this and calling yourself mermaid.
Yeah.
Like, get a grip. If someone came into our office to ask a question, she would never let me speak. She would jump so fast to answer before I could. It was sad. Like, damn, girl, relax. You'll get your validation today. I promise you. Mermaid has been through something.
I know. Watch her name also just be like Amy or something. And she's like, no. I'm a star. I got to judge this up. Like,
Yeah,
I
there's
gotta
something wrong. Yeah.
add some
This is
spice.
what happens when you get molested at SeaWorld. You're different.
Yeah.
And not
Very
enough
much.
people bring up
Yeah.
getting molested at SeaWorld.
That's what that documentary should have been around.
Blackfish?
Yeah.
God damn it. God damn
Getting
it.
Cosby'd at SeaWorld.
Kind of racist name. Anyways, we moved into an office together and she immediately took over. Okay. The office became a fucking mermaid den.
I hate that.
She had no boundaries. No, it did because that's not a thing. She had no boundaries. Jellyfish hanging over my desk. She put a fish scale rug under my desk. I wonder what her house looked like. It must have looked like shit.
Okay, have y'all seen the girl on TikTok who turned her entire apartment into the Titanic? That's
No.
like the
Oh,
whole
Yeah.
vision.
I have not seen that.
Yeah,
Put like porthole windows and shit
Yes.
everywhere.
I kind of like that. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, that's just what I was thinking.
Mermaid and ocean theme pictures on the walls. Mermaid clutter everywhere. I mean, this is like a 4-year-old stream though, for real. I would come into work some days to glitter sprinkled all over my desk. Fuck you, bitch. Don't do glitter sticks on it gets everywhere. Just loose glitter everywhere on my things. Also, she would leave food out on her desk all day. An open container of hummus for hours. Lid off, just chilling. Ew.
Okay.
Hummus
So
that
we're
gets all
cooking up
hard.
scent.
She is from the ocean.
Yeah, she
This
is.
ocean behavior.
It's
Yeah, it
better.
really
It is
is.
ocean behavior. It's better than like a tin of anchovies, which is
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
was
But that's
thinking.
coming. That's
Yeah.
coming.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, seagull noises.
Yeah. During Christmas, she decorated our office door and windows for a decoration contest. She never took it down. She couldn't wait for that, dude. 2 years later, and it was still there. Wasn't even holiday themed. She did baby mermaid theme, underwater coffee shop theme, LMAO. During Thanksgiving, she changed out the baby mermaids for turkeys dressed as mermaids.
Okay.
She hung a...
Yeah, you want to know what it is? Baby, it's giving. She found her brand and she is loyal
This
to
is
that
crazy.
brand.
How do people like this exist? Like, this is so crazy.
You don't wanna see my room.
I can explain it in 2 sentences.
Go on.
They're predisposed for religion, but something about religion throws them off. They're like, I can't go do that. So they make up their own costumes and bullshit and prayers and
So
whatever.
mermaids are like her god.
She should have been a
100%.
Catholic. But for some reason, something happened to fuck up her trajectory in that. It's just she's like, I'm Poseidon's daughter.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah. He hit me with the trident.
Yeah.
She should have been a Catholic.
She should have been, or
You're
Sunni
right.
Muslim or something. But instead, she got this bullshit.
Instead, she's a mermaid.
Yeah.
Hung a life-size Grinch from the ceiling. Don't do that.
That's not even sea
No,
related.
Wait a
literally-
second, because hanging a life-size Grinch from a ceiling just sounds like he's like noosed.
Yeah.
That's so
Just
funny.
sounds like
Just
it's like
from his neck.
a suicidal Grinch.
Yeah. That's so scary. It's just hanging
Yeah,
there.
just like an ominous, like
yeah, feet dangling.
I love that.
it's giving
She hung a
my uncle March
life-size-
12th, 2020.
Yeah. Hung a life-size Grinch from the ceiling in the hallway to make it look like he was coming down a chimney. The CEO had to have her take it down because it looked like the Grinch hung himself. I'm screaming.
See?
This is a therapy office. Girl, why does she have a damn job there? Why was she there for
Wait,
so long?
I forgot that it's a fucking therapy office.
Yeah.
Bitch, this would make me go back to my
insane,
devious
yeah.
ways so fast.
No, this girl shouldn't be. No, this girl needs to be a client there.
You know what, Babu? Someone wrote in.
Babu.
That's her name. Someone wrote in a few months ago about working in a psych ward, and the person that they were working with, they also had a very haunted coworker. So maybe there's like a through line here.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, you know how people who suck at comedy work in comedy?
Yeah.
Clock it.
There's people like who are terrible at mental health, and they're
See?
like, I need to be around the doctor.
God.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's just giving me ideas.
Okay. Okay, we're hot on the case.
That Grinch then stayed in our office and never left.
Hey.
Dude, this bitch.
But also,
sucks.
can I say, on one hand, I'm like, bitch, say something. But on the other hand, I'm like, I kind of feel like this girl is so off the damn
Yeah.
rocker. I feel like if you said
If
anything,
you say
she'd be
something,
like,
she's gonna bite your face.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, you're going to feel the wrath of my...
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. She's seconds away from taking bath salts. This woman sounds like a hoarder too.
Oh, very much.
She hung a thing on our door that, when pressed, played the entire "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas" song.
Hey, so I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
To me, this sounds like a woman who maybe had a stillborn And she's losing her mind. It's like these people that buy the reborn dolls and like become so obsessed with these horrible lifelike dolls.
I had to literally start blocking account because like my TikTok like kept showing it to me, and then I started getting in my head. I'm like, am I displaying traits of like of someone who needs a reborn? Check myself. I'm like, do I want this? I'm like, no, I don't. I was like, I hate this.
It's insane.
But these people, they and some of them were dudes, which I was also like, hey, don't do that. I already don't like it for women, but for the guys I was seeing do it, I was like, okay, I fucking hate this. And they're like traveling with it, and like they're like filming people's reaction with like the meta glasses. They're like, oh, everyone thinks that
you're sick. You're sick.
Yeah.
You want to see people's reaction to your fucking weird doll that you're feeding? I saw one that was like feeding it pizza, and she's like, yum yum yum.
Did you see the one where she was like, like baby birding the food? She like cut up all this food.
What?
Have you seen these?
She chews up the food, spits it on the plate, and is trying to feed it to the baby.
There are these dolls that look like real babies, and they're called reborn dolls.
So wouldn't you rather have the racist coworker that you can explain to your friends than like this shit, the mermaid?
This actually is scary because I would feel like, like, oh, you've upset me. And like she's going to go full Poseidon on your ass.
They are, I would say, though, probably both equal sides of insane.
An unfortunate coin.
Exactly. But one of them's just a mermaid and one of them's in Trump psychosis.
Yeah. And the Trump psychosis, you're like, I can rationalize that.
But do y'all see the damn through line? It's obsessive. It's like it's an OCD compulsion.
Oh, sure.
The hippopotamus for Christmas song is crazy. Have you ever listened to that entire song multiple times a day? Can't say I've
not even once.
Hey, never. I'm actually befuddled as to what that is, but
she also put stickers on everyone's doors and windows throughout the office. Why is she not fired?
Is it The Godfather, like the horse's head? Or?
No boundaries. So needless to say, I hate anything mermaid now.
Yeah.
She ruined all aquatic stuff.
That is something.
This sounds like they work in a government office of some kind. Because like being hard to get fired for this behavior. Like it's easier to get away with in an office.
Yeah, what? This is giving Medi-Cal.
You know what I mean?
These people are working for Medi-Cal. Yeah.
I'm about to sign up for that. Is it any good?
Absolutely.
You're gonna hate it.
Don't talk to me about it.
Oh my God, I just saw a comic talking about Kaiser the other night. I'm forgetting his name. But my God, it was funny.
I'm gonna have a fucking conniption if we start talking. No.
And I don't have health insurance right now.
Me neither,
and I was looking at the options, like every single week I look at options. I've been doing this for like 2 years. But just the other week I was looking and like I could afford to get Kaiser, but I've already had Kaiser before and it was so bad. I'm like, no, I'm not going back on that. Dude,
yeah. And they changed. I had like the best one in Texas for a while. I had like Blue Cross Blue Shield. And then 2 years later, they're like, this one sucks now. Mm-hmm. You want United, Gold, Platinum, Extra, whatever.
I hate all these bullshit terms too.
No.
And like you immediately understand why that guy shot the healthcare CEO.
Oh, immediately. No. I never questioned it.
Some lady in Canada did a great bit about it actually, where she's just like, at first I couldn't explain why someone would shoot a healthcare CEO. Then she just starts explaining, no jokes, just explaining how the healthcare system here works.
Yep.
And the audience gets it 10 seconds in. You're like, well, first there's a copay, then there's a deductible, then there's like, all right, get the gun. Like,
no, so funny, like, literally.
Because it is.
But your premiums are different than you're like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. And then they don't call you back.
Then they don't. And then you're on hold for 5 fucking hours. It's a nightmare. I have like 3 people working on my health insurance case right now because Covered California has like fucked my ass. It's insane.
Can you even get your medicine right now?
I can.
Oh,
I can, but I'm working. I have 2 people working on my case. I don't know.
My whole life I grew up because I'm from Romania, which is a former communist country. And I was like, oh, the communists must be the bad, evil guys, because everyone says that all the time. And then you have like 2 interactions under capitalism with healthcare, and you're like, what's Lenin have to say about this? What's Mao? Was he spitting when he was talking about killing those guys?
Really.
Honestly.
Because the things about communism is that in a perfect world, it should work.
I mean, it does work. Look at China. Everything in this room right now is not made in America.
It's like capitalist, though, isn't it?
Is it? Like, look at these fake ass trees.
Is it?
I don't know.
Look, I'm a big China defender. I think they do some capitalism. They will play with the market, but I think it's temporary. Mm-hmm. Lenin did too. The Soviet Union, for the first 4 years of its existence, they had something called the New Economic Policy. They tried to do communism without experiencing capitalism. So like, you can't divide zero. You need some wealth to divide first.
Well, it's the government does capitalism on behalf of the people. It's like the people.
Yeah, they
really
choose.
like...
They also choose where the exploitation goes.
Yeah.
So they have this thing called the hukou system, where for 7 years, let's say you're born in like Iowa and you want to live in a big city, right? You give up all your access to healthcare, free school, because all that shit is subsidized. And then you go work in, Shenzhen or some sort of factory or whatever for 7 years. Afterwards, you can be a full citizen again in these big cities.
Okay.
So if you want to experience just communism, right, where no growth, no decline, you have to stay where you're born in your province or whatever.
Okay.
If you want to experience capitalism, you got to go to the South and exploit your ass. You got to turn your butthole out.
Okay.
It's very honest that way. You know what I mean? We're like, okay, that's different than saying we just do the market.
When you phrase it like that, though, then I go, well, capitalism sounds all right.
If everyone's agreeing, if you're like, yeah, you can fuck me over for this much and I'll make this, absolutely. Because it's very dynamic. There's nothing more dynamic than capitalism.
Yeah, you can fuck me over for this.
But the problem is everyone always wants to tell you like, how much volume they're doing or how much, nobody ever says what, profit they make on a transaction. Where you're like, yeah, you probably shouldn't make $90 on a chicken tender or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever scam you're trying to pull on my ass.
Right.
Like, that's the capitalism people hate, where you're like, you're not competing, you're not innovating, you're not doing any of the marketing material that you say you do.
Right.
You just found a way to be a cartel and you're like, well, get fucked. What else? What else can you do?
Right. I just saw some girl, don't worry, on Haunted TikTok, where she was like, I have brain rot and I have no life. Okay, but she was talking about how she was like, back in the day when people had large amounts of, she's like, we've never seen this amount of wealth before
Hoarding,
in our lifetime. She's like, it is money hoarding. But yeah, no, it's great.
Hitler
but she was like, but
the
back
first
in the
billionaire probably.
Yeah,
that true?
Yeah.
But she was like, back in the day, these rich people would,
On Yom
they would,
Kippur.
okay, Jesus Christ, but they would put the money back into society. She's like, rich people would like build museums and libraries, and now people are just like,
But even that wasn't like because they were altruistic. That was the only way they could. There was no Graham back then, so the only way to compete to get your name in the streets was to build a library for these poors.
Right.
Or, some civics theater or...
There was like incentive to care about the dirty poors.
Absolutely.
And now all the poors are being left to the wind.
Well, also there was government pressure against
Absolutely.
like these robber barons.
Yeah.
And so they literally like they coined the term robber baron to kind of put these people in a corner and be like, you don't have anything because these guys are taking all the wealth.
Now we don't have that anymore.
It's kind of the last time the government really did that in mass, like the antitrust stuff, because it's technically we all know about it. We all know you can't have a monopoly, and then we're like, but also my whole life is being fucked by companies that have monopolies on stuff. So which one is it? Like,
I'd love to know.
Yeah.
They're not prosecuting it. They're not pressing the rules really. They're like. They're saying that they are, and
this
they're
is the
like
funny part of the podcast, right?
investigating
Yeah, no,
these
this is a
things.
good-
This is
I
the
was
part
just
that
thinking-
gets cut.
Well,
Sorry.
it's like 3 years ago when we started this pod, it's like we're sitting here for 2 hours a week being like, I sucked my dad. So, I sucked my dad off so hard he busted my face. Do you know men can squirt too? Bust. And then now 3 years later, we're like, here's what's going
The
on.
problem with the healthcare system is
Yes.
that fundamentally
And you know what? And then there were
it's gay.
and everybody was complaining for so long. They were like, "Oh, all they do is talk about incest." And well, now we got out of incest and we started talking about the real stuff. And you guys go, "We don't want to hear about this
Go
stuff
back to fucking your
anymore."
brother.
I know, like, hi, Harper, what happened to you talking about your dad and your brother running train on you and like you eating your mom's pussy until you threw up? Like, what's going on? Like, why weren't you talking about that anymore?
The
And it's like,
economy's so bad I can't afford to get molested anymore.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, the political climate is so egregious. I can't even hook up with my fucking family anymore.
No, you can't. No, you really can't. It
Yeah.
took all the fun out of it.
Yeah.
So fuck you guys.
You haven't even done human centipede with your family and God knows
No,
when.
and God knows how long. You guys are always so ungrateful. You're so ungrateful. We try to give you everything you want. You hate all of it.
Yeah, we spoil your fucking honk ass.
Yeah.
And now
We
we're trying to
enable
make you
you
fucking
guys.
learn
Fuck you.
something. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Just turning on the audience.
Let's read the story.
Yeah.
Because we hate capitalism.
Yeah,
Fuck the
yeah.
audience.
Yeah, but yeah. All right. We got one left.
Is it my turn?
Yeah,
your
one
turn.
more.
Dude, and he gave me a doozy.
Yeah, sure did.
Meth head dishwasher.
Yeah.
Hey, beautiful Queen Honks and
Somebody I would
Ozempic
fuck.
Chodoli. Is that how I pronounce it?
It probably is.
Yeah, probably is.
That's probably what they're going
Say it
for.
with your whole chest.
It's a
though,
Native
sweetie.
American word, I feel
Yeah.
like. At my last job as the FOH front of house manager at a Mexican restaurant / tequila bar, fancy, I was only in charge of hiring hosts, servers, and bartenders. Couldn't be trusted with the knives or anything. My front of house staff was hot and efficient because I hired them.
Nice.
That's a little
All right.
telling on yourself.
Yeah.
Duh. The new GM was not much of a looker and an alcoholic who smoked the nastiest, cheapest cigarettes. So priorities already established.
Yeah.
She would start her shift by pouring up Jameson in her cup first quarter.
good for her.
Cool bitch. She was
Yeah.
in charge of hiring the back of house staff, the Uggos. She hired
Yeah.
like-minded and looking individuals.
Yo!
Like-looking is so great. One dishwasher she hired was really, really bad. I
Bad
could tell.
what? Bad
Bad to
looking?
look at.
We'll find out. I could tell within the first 5 minutes of meeting him, he was very clearly on hard drugs.
Yeah, okay.
His pupils were always huge. He was sweating bullets, would ramble to you very clearly in meth-induced spiritual psychosis. This man could have just been autistic. He would be moving extremely fast, but not actually be doing anything. My GM decided it would be a good idea to also hire his meth head friend as a line cook.
Okay, the
Okay.
buddy system. I like that.
Yeah. On his first shift,
It is annoying that they're not fast because you would think, well, if you're
they
going to be on
move
meth,
quick, but they're not fast.
yeah, you'd be making burgers quicker, but okay.
On his first shift, I was waiting on some chips and guacamole to come out, which should only take 45 seconds. We're about 6 minutes in, and he's eye level with the guac drawing symbols in it with a radish slice.
No.
I don't even know if there's any radishes in guac. My GM actually listened and fired him that night, but he had a soft spot for the OG meth head. One night, I was the only management on the shift. The dishes were piled up, and he was nowhere to be found. I find him out by the dumpster smoking cigarettes and probably meth as well.
Yeah.
It's a funny assumption where you're like, you don't know what meth looks like. Probably meth.
Yeah.
I tell him he needs to come inside and get to work. He told me I'm always rushing him, and he'll come in when he's ready.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't do
so
that. It's
He's
the
not
job.
a dishwasher. He's like a dish artist.
Yeah.
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 I can go home,
Okay.
I guess. I told my GM, but she wanted to give him another chance
Okay, she's fucking him.
Yeah.
for
He has that
for
method.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
On his next shift, he was telling my other coworkers how he hasn't been to sleep in 3 days and going on about shadow people.
I was going to say he's seeing shadow
There it is.
people.
Yeah.
It's very cool that they all have the same symptoms.
They all see shadow
eventually,
people.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Whether it's like the mayor of Toronto or just your local crackhead. They're
Yeah.
like, the shadow people want me
As
to be
we were
racist.
just talking about this in the Patreon
Yeah.
about how like in psychosis people all see like the same things.
I went to school for psychology, and they never really said this out loud, but they're like, when you get mentally ill, and like politically, you will shift, but you only go more conservative.
Dude, what? See?
Nobody's ever been like, I care about cap and trade now. There should be more. You know,
What
What
is
is that?
We were literally just talking about this.
being conservative in many ways is antisocial.
Oh, we were talking about this.
And antisocial behavior is one thing we've always criminalized or what's
hell?
it called? Pathologized.
Yes.
the hell?
Without being specific about what is antisocial about it. Now, usually what it is that a conservative influencer will be bad faith antisocial. So like they say stuff that they don't have to live by.
Yes.
And then the people at the bottom are like, they're just like me.
Right. Yes.
I'm just like Ben Shabibo. He's
Yeah.
my fucking boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also hate those goddamn beep over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, but they don't understand that they're not on the same level as this person.
At all.
It's like the Trump delusion shit.
At all. And I mean, it is very mean that like one of the job tracks in this world is, or this specific country is like deluding already mentally ill people.
preying on, yeah.
But also that's why they don't want to put money into healthcare, and they don't want to make therapy
Absolutely.
more
Clock it.
Available.
It's not
Yes.
new. It's not new. Before that, we had the church taking advantage of mentally ill people.
So
no, this has
fucking
been
true.
this has been a historic problem throughout the fucking world.
Now they're making healthcare
Yeah.
even more inaccessible in so many ways, and it's like it's because
Yeah, it
we're
just
under
makes
this,
me
like,
so
weird-
sad.
The church,
conservative
at least, you say what you will about them, but they would take these guys that were like truly criminally insane and be like, okay, you can't jack off every 6 minutes. Like, at least try to do it at night when no one's watching or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean?
Because you know what? You want to know what they would give them, which is a form of structure. Well, yeah, they would give them structure, but they would give them shame.
Shame. Yeah,
Yeah.
God's watching.
Here, no shame. They're
You
just
go
like
to
they're throwing
hell.
gasoline on an already
on a
burning
fucking,
bonfire.
Yeah, on
It's so
cigarette
funny.
ashes.
We were
Yeah,
just-
yeah, outside of a 7-Eleven.
On his next shift, okay, so shadow people, nothing was getting done in the dish pit. So I pull my GM aside and tell her he needs to be fired, like yesterday.
Period.
She finally agrees, but was too scared to talk to him alone. We know what that's like.
Yeah.
She asked one of the other line cooks and myself to go have the conversation with him. I think we already knew it was coming. So he said he needed to use the restroom before we sat down to talk. That is a pro move. When you
that's-
know some shit. Hey, real quick, can I just go to the and just run out the window?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no idea what's coming next. He's either shitting, jacking off, or running, or killing
He's going to
himself.
smoke meth in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He had been in our single serve restroom for about 20 minutes as we're all twiddling our thumbs waiting. The line cook goes and knocks on the bathroom door, and the meth head instantly comes out and screams, I can't even use the fucking bathroom in this place. And punched a hole in the wall. We all go sit down out back and tell him he no longer has a job with us. He starts kicking the benches on our back patio and proceeds to sit in his car for another
Full
hour.
meth. Yeah.
Whole meth.
The other management had left me alone at this point, and I felt unsafe.
Who's washing
Because-
these dishes?
No, yeah, and the dishes are piling up.
Because he clearly had it out for me. He knew I was the reason he lost his job. I ended up calling the police to ask him to leave the property. As soon as the police pulled up,
You're the reason. I think it's the meth.
he drove his car all the way in reverse down the street.
No.
He Jim carried the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah, he was hitting that pipe hard, brother.
That's so
They
funny.
can't see me in reverse.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh.
We had already cleaned the bathrooms for the night. I go in to use the restroom and see meth all over the top of the toilet. That's hilarious. That job was such a shit show. Nobody was held accountable for anything. Duh.
Yeah.
The previous GM's wife was the bartender. The GM was a shorter king. That's a good one. Whose butt crack was always out. I can't believe you're complaining about other people when the meth guy exists.
That's
And by the
beautiful.
This
way,
story should have ended 4 sentences ago.
Yeah.
She's like, and there was also a guy that was stinky.
Or like
And he was kinda
reverse it,
short.
right?
Yeah.
Be like, so this guy, he smelled bad. P.U. And then lead us
lead
in.
with the meth.
Yeah. But she's working.
Yeah.
She's like taking it. She's like, we're deplaning right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was always picking battles with employees way bigger than him. He got into it with a big line cook who was at least 6'3", and his wife ended up stabbing him by the dumpsters.
wait, who
And
ended up stabbing the line cook or the,
The
stinky,
stinky
guy?
the
Oh,
big
I
guy,
said-
the 6'3" guy. The small guy, the shorter king whose butt crack was always out, he got in a fight with the 6'3" guy who was being stabbed by his wife.
Bo.
There's so many details
There's
in this.
so much
Everybody
going
at this
on.
job is
Where
on meth.
is this? Barstow?
You know
Where
when
is
like
this?
in
They didn't
cartoons,
say
when
it.
cartoons fight and they just make a huge dust cloud
Yeah,
and like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
hear,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, and like sound effects. That's what this sounds like to me.
This is like when you're smoking Acme meth and you're like
Yes,
friends
yeah.
with the
That's
coyote.
So
Yeah. Beautiful.
Then they use an emoji and say, I low-key miss the chaos. That's telling on themselves
I
too.
miss the rage. Yeah.
That-
Now
yeah.
I'm working a boring job making an hourly wage. I guess they were paid daily or something. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love you guys so much and you've gotten me through some really dark times.
Are you laughing at that?
This is one of the craziest stories I've ever heard.
The way
Yeah,
that
you've
this-
never.
The way I'm still numb after hearing that because
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
been decent.
You guys have heard
Yeah, we hear that.
every
We go, that's
level
kind
of
of
like,
tame.
Radu,
yeah.
someone wrote in one time, don't even remember why, but someone wrote in saying that it was on themselves, no, the chickens?
No,
No.
it was somebody they
It was
knew.
okay.
Not
It was
the
ER
chicken
stories.
story.
It was ER stories, and someone had come in, and in their car they had cut themselves open and put a rotisserie chicken in there, and then sewed it back up. And then
Because they
went-
wanted their husband to think that they were pregnant.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think they did it in the
then-
car.
that-
it was,
yeah,
it was.
no.
It had been
It
rotting.
was a raw chicken. It was a whole raw chicken that
Yeah.
they stuffed inside them.
Yeah.
And then
God,
they
I'm
went to
sick.
the hospital to give birth.
No, I don't think it was to give her. I think because it was just like smelling so bad, and they're like, "There's something wrong."
I
Oh,
remember
is there?
scissors, and I remember a car.
That
And
is true. There was scissors in
there
a
was
car.
scissors. They had cut themselves open. It was like psychotic.
Something we're butchering
So
it, but
then
it was so
after
crazy.
and then someone wrote in about like, oh, I was having this beautiful lake trip with my family, and then this like little boy was swimming out in the water, and then this boat drove by and decapitated the little boy, and we saw
Oh,
his
yeah.
body bobbing, and
Yeah.
you go, and then it ends somehow, or like, I don't know if it
anyway,
was
love the
story.
pod.
Love the pod, and then someone's always getting to be like, hey guys, write us in about happiest memories. Like, oh, that my happiest memory was
My
you know
happiest.
was when my uncle died because he used to rape me every single day. And then you go, oh, and it's like, and then I started growing to like it. Now I'm unpacking that. Anyways, thank you guys for the safe space to admit this on the pod. And we go,
All right. So what's your date on mic drop?
It's a Thursday.
la la la.
I swear to God, this is like Cat Williams mode. If my bitch ever put some chicken in her pussy like that, I would drive her straight to the circus and be like, this is y'all people's problem. You guys got to train her now. Like this, that's
Yeah.
because you know he stayed for 2 more weeks. Like when your
Absolutely.
significant other does something that crazy, you're like, oh, I can't break up with her right away.
No,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
No, you
I
gotta,
gotta land
stay.
the plane.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta like plan it out.
Yeah.
I don't want to get stabbed by the chicken scissors or whatever.
Yeah, you don't want to get stabbed by the chicken scissors.
That's how you get fucking Giardia or whatever.
Yeah. Not the
But see,
chicken
now I
scissors.
feel like it's like really, this podcast has given us the worst kind of brain rot because the stories we've heard and digested every single week for the last 3 years, I'm
Yeah, yeah.
like, God damn.
No, nothing fucking.
You guys
tricks
are like
me.
the Lady Adam Carolla show. You're bad for people's minds.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Yeah. And we
It's
are.
true. And and my boyfriend's always like, "Why are you so negative?" I'm like, "Cause you don't understand what I have to intake
Yeah.
every
Well,
week."
I'm negative because you're ignorant.
We
Yeah,
are
because you're ignorant. Must be nice.
Yeah.
we are Pied Pipers for the mentally ill.
Yeah.
We every week we sit here and we have our pipes and we do 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 do, and we have just this horde of mentally ill women.
The original Pied Piper, very mentally ill story. story, right? He's playing music for rats or something. Like that's the whole. Do you know the story?
Yeah.
He's like, people owe him money, so he's like, I'm gonna bring my rat gang around. Like, that's where gotta pay the piper.
We are somehow the Pied Piper and Rumpelstiltskin all wrapped into one.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, give us your firstborns, and we're gonna attack you with the.
Is that the story of old Rumple?
Yeah, his penis was too large, and he could like spin gold.
Yeah. Is that what it was?
right,
With
let's
his
Well, and then he
foreskin?
went to the
Fucking
princess,
wrap
and he's
this
like,
shit
"Give me
up.
your firstborn,"
Give
and
me
then
your
she was
child.
like, "I don't want to." Anyway, so look that up and look up Babu's dates.
Look up Babu Bondar's dates.
You know how comics have a nickname?
Yeah.
Like
No.
Fluffy, or Shane Gillis is the Young Bull, or
Oh, is it?
Dave's is the Legend, or whatever. I want my nickname to just be Babu. So it's Radu Babu Bondar. Like Joey Coco Diaz, but
Yeah.
it's Kaka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you
We need to
get.
make
That's how you get your
merch.
name on the store.
Yeah.
Radu Babu.
Yeah.
Babu. No, just Babu in parentheses.
Yeah.
I think my thing is, I don't think I'll get past. I'm in development there, but that's like a dead zone where you're just going to be there for 7 years, so they don't have to pay you.
Oh.
I think if you do get passed at the store, you should get the option to either put your name on the building or take one name off.
That's
Whose would you
so
take
funny.
off?
Sorry, Tim Allen, you're getting forgotten. Me? I mean, obviously it'd be an arms race to be like, who gets Dalia? You know what I mean? Who gets his name
He
off?
has the best spot, too.
He's the best spot,
He's
dude.
the best fucking
it's
spot.
at child height. It's perfect.
As a
It's like
child height,
really
it's right
good.
there when you're hanging
Right.
out.
But it does look like all the names are like trying
Spreading
to recede
away.
away.
Yeah. There's nothing really
Yeah.
near it.
Yeah.
And
they're
you
like,
see
oh,
it
they're
every
doing what
time.
Whitney did. They're distancing themselves
Yeah.
from this project.
He has the best damn spot every
Yeah.
time. I see
Him and
God, the
Cosby.
fuck. Where's Cosby?
No.
Huh.
Cosby's, I don't actually know. Do you ever go on the store website has all the names.
Oh,
and you can look up
really?
who's been passed or who. Yeah. Like there's one Ace Trucking Company was an improv troupe that got passed or whatever. So you're
And
like,
good for them.
if you ever feel bad about yourself, you can make it worse by reading who got in when we did it.
Well, I've got something to do today.
Okay. And that's beautiful.
Yes.
And what else is beautiful is this podcast is coming to an end.
Oh no.
And that's
Yeah.
on. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us,
And that's
Babu.
on God.
And that's on God. And that's on Go See Radu, November 12th.
13th.
Okay, November 13th.
Thursday.
Yeah.
That would be funny if people camped out a day
At
early.
mic drop. Yeah, go camp
I
out.
want to get the crowd work seats.
I'm dead. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
One love.
You were the brave one. You were the one. So we all ought to die someday. And we all ought to die someday, someday. Well, you were the brave one. Yeah, you were the one. So we all ought to die someday. And probably not from smoking one of your cigarettes.